We are a global energy business with enormous reach across the world's energy system. From the deep sea to the desert, from rigs to retail, we find and produce resources and track, trade and deliver the world's energy in real time. 75,000 BP staff in 72 countries are helping to meet the world's energy needs every single day. Our people love solving big, complex challenges that matter. Only a few companies on Earth have our ability to work on this scale. Our customers demand lower carbon sources, driven by growing environmental concerns, and we recognise the role we can play in addressing the climate challenge. But is it really possible to balance the world's need for more energy to fuel economic growth and lift people out of poverty while meeting society's demand for lower carbon emissions? Can we reconcile our global energy and environmental needs? How do we meet the expected 30% rise in energy demand in the next 20 years whilst lowering carbon emissions? As the world's appetite grows, greenhouse gas emissions must be reduced. To meet the rising demand for cleaner energy, we will grow our focus on gas. Half of BP's portfolio is natural gas, and this is set to increase. 4 of our major projects in 2018 are bringing new gas to domestic and international markets, with 10 more major gas projects expected to start by 2021, bringing sustainable energy to even more markets. We've invested billions of dollars across the world to help advance this transition, and we're enhancing our fleet of highly efficient ships carrying liquid gas around the Earth's oceans. But transitioning to gas carries its own challenges. While gas emits half the carbon emissions of coal when burned for power, it largely consists of methane, which can also have a warming effect on the climate. So BP is taking steps and working with partners to find ways to reduce these emissions. BP are trialling the use of drones to detect methane emissions using infrared and laser technologies. This enables us to monitor more of our wells and pipelines more often, so if there is a leak, we can detect and fix it more quickly. Inspections that in the past would have taken weeks can be undertaken by drones in hours, an efficient approach to reduce the 33% emission of fugitive methane. BP are using technology to automate the venting process, thereby increasing well optimization. Capturing pressure, temperature and volume data enables us to vent wells less often, which in turn reduces carbon emissions. The average recovery factor of an oil field across the industry is just 35%. In other words, we typically leave more oil in the ground than we remove. We are a leader in enhanced oil recovery technologies, which exploits physics and chemistry to recover more oil from the rock. We are the first to deploy offshore LOL-cell, EOR, at a field in the North Sea in 2018. EOR plays an important role in increasing the recovery factor of the supergiant Prudhoe Bay field in Alaska from 40% to today's forecast of 60%. Digital technologies also drive operational efficiency, keeping plant and equipment running, maximizing production. Apex, our production optimization tool, is a digital twin of our production system, bringing together physics-based models and data to analyze and optimize production. Now deployed globally, we are adding tens of thousands of barrels of oil a day at low cost. BP is a leader in seismic imaging with a stream of innovations now adopted by the industry. Our investment in supercomputing underpins this leadership position. Improvements in the subsurface image help identify and develop advantaged oil in our existing hubs, like the Gulf of Mexico, where a breakthrough algorithm run on our Center for High Performance Computing helped find a field in a field, unlocking 200 million barrels of resources. The algorithm, known as full waveform inversion, mathematically removed a layer of salt, which was distorting images of the reservoir, revealing where to drill. How do we help over 1 billion people living without access to energy today without irreparably damaging our shared home for tomorrow? 11 of the past 12 years have been the hottest on record. Climate change is real, and BP is already adapting to meet these challenges. The world will need all available fuel options, but the mix will change: less carbon, more renewables. BP has the largest operated renewable energy business of any major oil and gas company, with onshore wind farms that generate enough electricity to power all the homes in a city the size of Philadelphia. We are growing our renewable energy business on multiple fronts alongside a dynamic venturing arm. Lightforce and BP have joined forces to drive growth in global solar power generation, and our biofuels production has more than doubled since 2011, avoiding around 515,000 tonnes of CO2, the equivalent of taking 240,000 cars off Europe's roads for a whole year. We're also partnering with Fulcrum Bioenergy to turn municipal waste into a new generation of biojet fuels, helping airlines reduce carbon emissions by 50% by 2050. And we recently acquired Clean Energy's landfill biogas processing facilities to produce natural gas from waste organic matter, making BP the largest supplier of renewable natural gas to the US transport sector. The production of concrete carries a big environmental impact. 33 billion tonnes are produced annually, and cement production accounts for between 3 and 5% of total global emissions. BP has invested in Solidia, who have developed the chemistry behind production and curing its cement with CO2 instead of water. Solidia's technology reduces carbon emissions by up to 70% and enables 80% of the water used in production to be recycled. Recognizing the rapid growth of electric vehicles, BP has invested in FreeWire, a US company specializing in rapid charging systems for electric vehicles. BP will install mobile electric charging points at some of its UK forecourts later this year as part of a new trial to see how conventional fuel forecourts can be integrated with EV charging requirements. These changes to our business will be transformational, but we need to go further. No one has all the answers, and no one can solve the dual challenge on their own. There's no more important, no more urgent work. It won't be easy, true progress seldom is, but BP will never stop working to help the world keep moving and, more importantly, keep advancing.